Alright everyone, welcome to a Modern Masters 2017 draft. Thank you everybody for watching so much here on SeemsGoodMagic. Sorry for the late video today, was waiting for this to go live. As always, my name is Sam and I'm glad that you're here. If you like this video, if you like what you see, please go check out my main channel, Samuel Rubin. Link to that will be in the description down below, as well as my Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, the whole thing. So Temporal Mastery is actually one of the rares, or one of the mythics that's worth a little bit. Mizzy Mortars isn't worth anything, but it's just so good that we're going to take the Mortars here. It's a straight up bomb. From what I've seen, you can play it in black-red. You can probably splash it in some control decks. You can play it in red-green and red-white. Golgari Signet's also a bomb. I actually don't know if Mastery is better than Mortars, although Mastery is worth 4 tickets, but Mortars was so, like, I'm not going to take it for the 4 tickets, obviously, and Mortars was so good in RTR that I think I'm just going to take it here. This is a real money draft, so I get to keep everything I draft. The rest of the drafts on this channel, I believe, are going to be of the Phantom variety. The reason I'm doing a real money one is simply that it's the beginning of a format. I was excited to open a Tarmogoyf, and there are like 1,000 people in this queue and only 100 or so in the other, so I was kind of worried about like match parity, but we're going to get it going here. Path to Exile is going to be the next card. Could take a Golgari Signet, right? It fits right in with our colors, but foil Mizzy Mortars can only be followed up by a foil Path, of course. So we're going to go ahead and take that route. We're going to also notice the Chandra's Outrage and the Magma Jet, but really what's missing here is the rare. It could be anything. It could be a money card. It could just be a bomb like Broodmage Dragon or something like that. So really, the opponent to our left could have taken anything. You could take like Magma Jet or Gruul Signet here. I wouldn't hate either, but I think Path is so strong that one of these two cards, Mizzy Mortars or Path, with all the Signets, Tri-Lands, Guild Gates running around, one of them is going to find their way into our deck. Master Splicer is the best splicer here, aside from Blade Splicer, of course. Serum Visions isn't really money, so I'm not worried about it. I don't know how good Terminus is in Limited. I wasn't around in Avacyn Restored. I imagine it's good if you build around it and not good if you don't build around it. There's an uncommon and a foil. No, there's an uncommon and a common missing. There's a Grizzly Spectacle, which might be the good card. I think I'm just going to take Master Splicer. It works with our main plan here, and the reason I'm not going to take Terminus is because the red-white decks, if that's where we are, we have 2 very good cards so far, and the red-white decks are usually creature-heavy, and I think Master Splicer is good enough just to go in red-white. Like, I think this card's very strong. You get 5 power split between 2 creatures for 4 mana, and you get like a Splicer Anthem, which is kind of important. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Master Splicer here. Okay. So we get Aether Toe, Tumor Exarch, Core Hook Master, Rubber Belt Maka. We get a Boros Signet. It's fairly clear to me that Boros is open, and Tumor Exarch is good. Golgari Rotworm is also good. Golgari Guildgate is good, but it's fairly clear that Boros is open, and beyond that, Boros Signet just does a great job. So I'm going to go ahead and be very happy with the Signet here. Get a Banishing Stroke. I have no idea what that even does, but it looks cool. Put target artifact, creature, enchantment on the bottom of its own library. Alright, I mean, this might be the pick here. We could take Slaughterhorn, Izzet Charm, Dynacharge, Giant Baiting, I don't love. Tandem Lookout might be the best card. See, we could easily also be white-green at this point, because we do have a Master Splicer, sorry. I think Banishing Stroke is good enough that I just take it. Like, it's fine if it costs 6 mana, but not fantastic, but great when you get to Miracle it, so I think I'm just going to take it. I do not actually know how good this card is. I don't know if it's playable at all. Ooh, Skyknight Legionnaire, excellent. Was not excited to take Mog Flunkies. It looks like some sort of sacrifice strategy is also open, but only the black cards for the sacrifice deck are open. The red cards don't seem to be open enough for me to go in that direction. It's a little Entomber Exarch action. This is a Corpse Connoisseur. I haven't really seen a deck with all this work, so I don't really know how it's going to work. A little bit about my drafting of this set so far. I don't have any I have not drafted the set at all. I have done a bunch of preview drafts and I have read some write-ups, but I'm currently in Europe, as a lot of you know, so I have not had the time to go out and draft the set yet. I think Cathari Bomber is a bit better than Spike Jester. I don't think Mog Flunkies is great, but it's decent here. The thing is are we just going to be like straight Mardu playing Cathari Bombers? And I don't love that idea. I also don't think we're straight... Are we more like... I think we're more likely to want a Cathari Bomber than a Mog Flunky. Ooh, a Magma Jet and a Rubber Ball Mako. Or we just got to take the Jet here. We're kind of a control deck at this point, but I think we're going to get enough creatures that we can make the aggro happen. Also, sometimes just killing all your opponent's things and then attacking with your stuff is good enough. Could take a Ground Assault. This is one of the best commons in the set for sure. Or another Cathari Bomber. Cathari Bomber is definitely reasonable, right? You pay 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer, you can trade it off and then bring it back to the battlefield, hit something, and get 2 1/1s. It's especially good in the black-red sacrifice deck because it gives you lots of things to sacrifice. You can also sacrifice it. We already have one, though, and they're wheeling pretty decently, so I think I'm going to take a Ground Assault here. Alright, we get a Chandra's Outrage and an Azorius Signet? What? We have so much removal, I think we just take the Signet. I mean, they know these are... Have they heard of free mana before? Huh. Is white-blue open? Momentary Blink is a very good card in the white-blue deck, so is Deputy of Acquittals. I think I'm going to take Deputy of Acquittals here, but I could just take Momentary Blink. I'm just going to take Blink, actually. Alright, Wingcrafter is fine, Recover is fine, Explorer is decent, Goblin Electromancer is fine? I think I'll take an Electromancer, but I don't really need it. I just don't imagine I'm playing Explorer at all. Could take a Tandem Lookout for sure. Yeah, I mean... Alright, Rewind or Dynacharge? I guess Rewind. Just like... If we're ramping so hard, we could just take Rewind. Whenever target creature this turn die. Okay. Wow, so are we just white-blue? I really don't know what we are here. We have very, very powerful cards. We have a little bit of synergy, but we are light on creatures. We get Ranger of Eos, Sunhome, Guildmage. Jeez, a Vital Splicer. Another great Splicer, by the way. I think the... Ooh, and the Thunderous Wrath. White-green is gone. Sunhome Guildmage is insane. I think we're just taking Guildmage. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ranger of Eos is insane, but it's not worth anything. This is all the $4, $3 and up cards, basically. So Ranger isn't worth anything, and on top of not being worth anything, we also don't have any 1-drops. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Sunhome Guildmage. Our foil is an Ogre Jailbreaker, which is not exciting. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take Guildmage here. So if we're playing white-blue, we're probably splashing red anyways, and Sunhome Guildmage is a fantastic card to splash for, so I'm not upset about it. Attendant Knight, Mudbutton Torch Runner, Trader's Instinct, Mr. Raven. I think I'll just take the Attendant Knight here. It does a few decent things. It makes tokens, which is pretty good for Sunhome Guildmage, and it attacks fairly well. We could take a Trader's Instinct if we were in the black-red sacrifice deck, obviously, because you can take your opponent's thing and either kill them with it or sacrifice it. There's a rare missing in this pack. Vampire Nighthawk is the best card in this pack by far. It's a black card. Mudbutton Torch Runner fits very well into the sacrifice theme. Seagate Oracle fits very well into the Momentary Blink, Graceful Reprieve theme, but Attendant Knight just like fits what we have going on fairly well. Rubberbelt Maka, Gideon's Lawkeeper. So Spike Jester is hanging around here, but I don't think we're full on Mardu yet. We don't have any fixing aside from a Boros Signet and an Azori Signet. Rubberbelt Maka or Gideon's Lawkeeper. I don't think we're going to need a Lawkeeper, but I think we could need a Maka. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Alright, now we get a Lawkeeper, a Skursdag Cultist, and a Thunderous Wrath. We also get a Dimir Signet, but we're so far away from that. We also get a Rakdos Guildgate if we want it. Thunderous Wrath is insane, don't get me wrong. It's almost as good as Banishing Stroke, except better. We could just take a Skursdag Cultist. Sacrifice a creature, it deals 2... Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good when you have like Attendant Knights and Master Splicers running around. Also, if we end up playing black for Cathari Bomber, it could be good. Oh my god, another Cultist? I mean, we're going to want some Trader's Instincts in a second then. Yeah, I'm just going to take the second Cultist. I mean, we do have the Signet to ramp to the Cultist also. That's something that's kind of important. Like, turn 3 Cultist is way better than turn 2 Cultist. So, all of a sudden, like, If we can get like a Scourge Rusaka, like we just saw in that pack, if that one wheels and we can get a Trader's Instinct, we're 100% playing a Trader's Instinct. Cathari Bomber just got a lot better as well. So we can splash Ground Assault or Cathari Bomber. Again, we haven't picked up any Guild Gates or anything yet, but it's going to be okay. So as always, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know Alex really appreciates it, so we all thank you very, very much. As always, please go check out my main channel, Samuel Rubin. Link to that will be in the description down below. I'm going to be doing a 10 Modern Master Draft Challenge where I basically try to make some money on the format. I typed in my rating into GoBot's EV calculator. I said I'm making like 4 ticks or something. I want to see if we can make it happen, so we're going to try. Trader's Instinct gets a lot better when you have Scourge Dag Cultists. Gideon's Lawkeeper is okay as well. But I think I'm going to take the I really want to take the Instinct, because then we can take Scourge Rusakas, and all of a sudden those are good. We're like a control-y Boros deck, almost. We could also take a Lone Missionary, right? Because it kind of like does its job and then gets thrown by Cultist. We could also take a Gideon's Lawkeeper. But I think with 2 Cultists, Trader's Instinct is good enough here. Momentary Blink, Recover, Agony Warp, Deputy of Acquittals. I mean, just like none of these are seeing the main deck. Maybe we just take another Ground Assault, just in case we end up with some good green fixing. But even if we end up with good blue fixing, we're not playing Deputy of Acquittals, Spire Monitor, or another Tandem Lookout. Although Tandem Lookout would be good here. I think I'm just going to take a Ground Assault. Chandra's Outrage, Trader's Instinct, yeah. I mean, Bone Splinters is one of the better cards in the Sacrifice deck, but just going to take another Trader's Instinct. I mean, we're Sacrifice themed now, which is kind of strange. Are we just not white anymore? It's very possible that we're just not white anymore. If we're not white anymore, then Dredgescape Zombie is very good as Scourge Dag Cultist. Scourge Devil is also decent with it, obviously because it has Unearth. I think I'm just going to take Thunderous Rat, though. Another Trader's Instinct, jeez. Alright, well, full-on Sacrifice here. You're going to take a Spike Jester. Cathari Bomber is certainly making the main now. I think. So we have 2 black cards. We have a bunch of cards that go good with black cards. And then we have a lot of white cards. So I actually don't know where we are here. We have 3 Trader's Instincts, 2 Scourge Dag Cultists. We also have no fixing beyond a Boros Signet. This is a very strange place. Gideon's Lawkeeper is going to have to make the main over Shimmering Grotto, probably. Yeah, Shimmering Grotto is just not good enough. It's not even really a land. Getting a Gideon's Lawkeeper late. Ooh, Trader's Instinct, Scourge Rusaka. Jeez, do I take a 4th Instinct or another Sacrifice Outlet? I think I'll just take the 4th Instinct on, honestly. That's my instinct. My instinct is that you can never have enough active treasons in your active treason sacrifice deck. And everybody here knows how much I love the sacrifice themed decks. So what is it if I just play red cards here? Like, I'm trying to figure out how many cards I have to add. So I have 10 cards here. Well, that's not really true, because I'm obviously playing at least a Boros Signet, if not more. Oh, yes, Nong Zombie. Although now I have to get to 6 mana to Instinct plus Zombie, so that's a little annoying, but... Alright, so if that's in, then Cathar Bomber's certainly in. Spike Jester's certainly in. I mean, we're just black-red sacrifice now. I would love a Scorched Rusaka. I would love the 2/2 Vampire that you can sacrifice for free, so I don't have to wait till 6 mana to Gnawing Zombie, or 5 mana to Scourge Dag Cultist. I would also like a little more pressure here, because on turn 2 I have a bunch of stuff to do, right? I have a Signet, Zombie, Jester, Magma Jet, but I would like to do a little more on turn 2. Could also still play Sunhome Guildmage Path to Exile. I mean, Sunhome Guildmage is just such a bomb that you want to play it a lot of the time. Pyrald Shaman, Umbera Rites, Mudbutton Torch Runner, Grizzly Spectacle. Traitorous Instinct, jeez. Pyrald Shaman's insane. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you control deals double damage to a player. Yeah, so this card's pretty good. Unflinching Courage is a bomb. Damping Matrix isn't worth anything, I don't believe, right? This is pretty much like every card you would expect. Past and Flames is worth something, though. I didn't expect that. Graph Digger's Cage is worth something. I didn't expect that. Alright, yeah, this is basically just every card you would expect. So the question is do I take Mudbot and Torch Runner? Great in the Sacrifice deck, obviously. It's just, you know, it just deals 3 to something. I could take a 5th Traitor's Instinct, but that seems insane. I'm going to wield this anyways. Take a Pyrold Shaman. I might just wield the Mudbot and Torch Runner. People could make it. You could make a case for the Grizzly Spectacle. I think I'm just going to take a Pyrold Shaman out, actually. I kind of just like want an early-ish creature that does... Oh, man. So Battle Rattle Shaman is great. Grizzly Spectacle is great. Nong Zombie I want to wheel. Mudbot and Torch Runner great. So I have 1, 2, 3 cards I'm happy to wheel. I'm happy to wheel Boros Signet, but Boros Reckoner is just so good and limited. I mean, if I can figure out a way to cast this card, it just wins games. It's so good. Cruel Ultimatum, Inquisition of Kozilek, jeez. Thunderous Wrath, Magma Jet, Spike Jester? What even is this pack? If nothing was in this pack, I would take Orzhov Guildgate because it's a black land that casts Reckoner. Could take Spike Jester, could also just take Magma Jet. I'm kind of worried about this 8 creature count thing though, so I think I'm going to take Spike Jester. We're just like an aggro deck that sometimes Traitor's Instincts you. Oh, Niv Mizzet, Night Terrors, Hanveer Lancer, another Master Splicer. Yeah, I mean, obviously white was open, but I don't think we can do anything about it at this point. I mean, I could take Master Splicer, but I just don't know what that's accomplishing us here. Like, if I take Master Splicer, are we really going to play that many 4-drops? Like, are we really going to play all these Instincts and 2 Master Splicers? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great together. I just think we have to take Hanveer Lancer. I know I'm pronouncing it funny on purpose. The card's totally reasonable, too. It's not fantastic, but it's totally reasonable. Mudbot and Torch Runner, another Traitor's Instincts, a Bone Splinters. Bone Splinters is one of the better cards with Traitor's Instincts. I think I'm going to take Mudbot and Torch Runner, though, because it's fantastic with Skursdak Cultist. I could also take an Orzhov Guildgate, which then does allow us to play, like, Sunhome Guildmage pretty easily, to be honest. But I could just take Mudbot and Torch Runner. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take that card. 2 Ancient Grudges in the same pack, and a Grixis Slave Driver. Yeah, it's definitely Slave Driver here. You just get to make tokens, you get to sacrifice it and make more tokens. It is 6 mana, but it's going to be okay. Shimmering Grotto, Madcap Skills, Pit Keeper. It's just going to be a Boros Guildgate, though. Again, I really want to play my white cards because my white cards are very, very strong, so pretty happy about that. Rakdos Guildgate, Boros Guildgate. That's actually interesting. Which one is better? I think Rakdos Guildgate's better because it's a swamp that can cast Boros Reckoner. And we don't mind putting a few extra planes in our deck. Just because, again, they cast Boros Reckoner. So we're definitely playing white at this point. Because Rakdos Guildgate... So the thing about the on-color Guildgates is they also let you splash. Because they let you afford 1 more land of a different color, basically. So now I can afford an extra white mana. So basically I can play Sunhome Guildmage and Path to Exile fairly easily. No need to play Master Splicer. I don't even know if I'd play 2 Master Splicers, but I basically get to play Sunhome Guildmage, Path to Exile now in my aggro deck, which is pretty exciting. I would also probably play the Rakdos Guildgate anyways, just because it would obviously help cast Boros Reckoner. Yeah, Path to Exile get in the deck as well. Ogre Jailbreaker or Traitor's Instinct. We only have 2 gates, so Ogre Jailbreaker isn't fantastic. I'm going to take the 5th Instinct, but unless we wheel some more action, I'm not going to be playing it. This deck looks really hot and cold. Like, if we hit our mana, I mean, we really want to play 17 lands because we need to get to like 5 and 6 to start Traitor's Instincting people. What we really needed is the 3-drop 2/2 vampire guy. I'm going to take another Nong Zombie, 2 zombies, 2 Skursdak Cultists is going to be enough, I think. So I just want another zombie here, instead of a Mudbot and Torch Runner, which is fantastic. So this is 23 with a Signet. I think this is actually pretty good. If I want to add anything, I'm going to have to cut a card. I could cut a Thunderous Wrath. As we say that, we get another Thunderous Wrath. I don't know how good Thunderous Wrath is in this format. I imagine it's insane. I'm going to take a Selesnya Guildgate, I guess, because, I mean, there is a chance we play Ground Assaults, but we don't have to. How good is Path to Exile? Is it actually not that good in Limited? Oh my god. Too many Trader's Instincts, not enough sacrifice outlets. There's a chance that Path is just not good in Limited, right? Like, there is a chance. There's not a high chance, but there's a chance. Although it does just deal with their best thing. But it gives them a land. I hate that. Alright, the question is, are we playing a Thunderous Wrath, or are we playing another Trader's Instinct? I think Trader's Instinct really, like, does what our deck wants to do. But I'm just worried about only 4 sacrifice outlets, and the fact that they all cost mana. Like, that's kind of what I'm worried about. I could just play a Sky Knight Legionnaire, though. But I don't know if I'm going to have mana that early. I could also play an Azorius Signet. That's worth noting. I could play a Signet instead of a Thunderous Wrath, which, because our deck really has to get to like 5 or 6 mana to tick, right? We have the Trader's Instincts plus the Cultist or plus the Nong Zombies. And we already have yeah, I think I'm actually going to play an Azorius Signet instead. Like, a Signet's just free lands anyways. And we did make it to 14 creatures. I think if we get to 5 or 6 lands, we just win those games. So how do we do this? We're going to play a Rakdos Guildgate and a Boros Guildgate. And then what are we going to do? We have 15 lands to mess around with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black is what we want. And we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 white, and then we can play 1 more red or 1 more black. I think we need more red, right? Okay, so how many black do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black only. Alright, we could just play with 1, 2, 3 white, but I think 4th white is kind of good. We could just play 3 white though. I mean, Path to Exile and some Home Guild Mages don't need to be cast on turn 2. Yeah, I'm just going to play 1 more black. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you for round number 1. Peace.